Hey everyone, this is Anya Grace, and today I am talking with one of my best friends in the whole world, Helena Hart. And we were laughing because I'm actually visiting her right now. And we were like, okay, well, how are we going to do this interview? Like, we're in the same room. How, like, do we go into different rooms? So I'm at the pool and she's inside, and we're like really close to each other right now. And so it's kind of fun. But thanks for doing this with me, Helena. I'm so happy to be circling around after over a year before, I interviewed you literally over a year ago. And so it's just like so crazy to see what's happened since then.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Like where it all began, right? For those of you who don't know, this is how Anya and I met. She was interviewing me for a series she was doing, and we became like best friends, and now we do all kinds of amazing things together. So yeah, it feels a little weird to not have you on my couch next to me right now, but this is fun too. And I'm super excited. You know, I love talking about this stuff. One of my favorite topics in the entire world to talk about. So can't wait to dive in.
Yeah. So today, what I wanted to talk specifically with Helena about is I call her the queen of the law of attraction because she's truly a master of this in every single way, in every area of life. She has figured it out. So, of course, you guys may be familiar with the work that we do together, and it's a lot about feminine energy and relationship and men and all of dating advice and all of that. But today, I want to take that a step deeper and really dive into Helena's specific and special mindsets and techniques that she uses in her personal life, because she's manifested so much. Like, I literally see her work her magic every day. And so this is really about us getting that insight into what it really takes to attract anything you want. So what do you think, Helena, is like the biggest mindset that you have adopted when it comes to the law of attraction?
I love it. First of all, I'm so excited to be talking about this. I'm a little nervous because it's just so personal to me, and you see me do it. And it's amazing how all this works. So I would say the number one mindset is, well, where I see women struggling with this is not having this mindset. And the mindset is that it's already done, basically, that your life experience, everything you've lived up until this point, every relationship you've been in, every experience has actually caused you to create whatever it is you're looking to attract or manifest, right? Every relationship you've experienced that wasn't quite right, that didn't feel good, you're actually creating what it is you want, and it's already done, right? It's already done. It's there waiting for you. It's just there waiting for you in a vibrational sense, not in a full-blown physical sense yet, but it's there and it's done. Because what a lot of women think is like, it's not there yet, right? Like, I want to attract this great man, or I want to create an amazing career or attract lots of money, and it's not here. And they get stuck in this, like, I want it, but where is it? I want it, and it's not here. And we can talk about why that actually works against you. So the number one mindset that I like to think of, and of course, it can be easy to forget this all the time, right? But that it's already done. The hard work is already done. You've already lived so much life experience that has caused you to know what you don't want, and therefore automatically know what you do want. And now your work is not to go out and lean forward and try and force it to happen or control and manipulate circumstances around you, but to lean back into your feminine energy, for all the ladies watching, and allow it in. Allow those manifestations, the love, the money, everything you want to kind of gain momentum and show up into your life in like the full-blown physical sense. So that's sort of an overview. And if I'm not being clear on anything here, please ask, and I would love to like clarify. I know these are really big concepts.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I love it. It's so powerful. I remember you saying once, like, it's really about, okay, if you are thinking about, I mean, just have everybody who's listening right now, think about something that you want. Maybe it's around money, or maybe it's around relationship, or something else in your life. Like, just, I think we could do like a real time exercise right now, just pinpointing, what do you want? And then, like, to me, what I've learned from you, Helena, is it's like, okay, once you are aware of what you want, actually wanting it is an energy of lack. Like, it's instead shifting it to, I already have that. And what would it feel like if that was here right now? And just being that frequency in the body, that's what allows what you want, which feels like it's way out here, to actually come toward you rather than you going toward it, right? That's what you said at one point in an interview recently.
Yeah, absolutely. The energy of wanting and wishing and waiting. I talk about this in module 1 of my Feminine Art of Attraction program, right? Tapping into your feminine energy to attract love and money and anything you want. The energy of wanting is what you're sending out. If you want something and then you immediately notice the absence of it. I want this great man in my life, but where is he? He's not here. And so the universe hears your vibration and your energy, not the words you say. Just like how men pick up on your vibe and your behavior and what you're conveying energetically much more than the words you're saying. That's why affirmations don't work unless you truly believe them, right? So that's why I like to go about it in a different way. We can talk more about that specifically. I would love to a little bit later in the video. But for right now, yeah, it's the energy of wanting. You're radiating out that kind of lackful, and I don't know if that's a word, that lacking energy, and you're just going to attract that over and over. So it's like noticing what's going on right now, noticing what's already been manifested works against you, because if what you want hasn't showed up in a physical sense yet, noticing its absence and talking about things as they are and thinking about things as they are just recreates more and more and more of that. And some people get stuck in this place like indefinitely. They never get out of it for decades, and their whole lives they just regurgitate reality, so to speak, what's already been manifested, and then they never create anything new. They never actually attract what they want to experience in their life.
Right, exactly. I love that so much. And I'm thinking of, well, I think it'd be cool because we do this little, multiple times I'll turn to Helena or Helena will turn to me, and we'll just do this little exercise where we're like, okay, what's next? Like, what are we desiring to experience next in our life? And what I notice is different about it is it's like when we talk about what we want next together and we're like, okay, well, like, let's have an adventure, let's have an adventure somewhere. Like, let's travel somewhere. It's what I'm experiencing us doing is feeling into what that experience would create, but bringing the feeling into the present moment. So it's really like, it's a celebration feeling is what I feel. It's like there's an excitement in feeling it in the moment. And you always talk about like momentum and how she's seriously a master. She can create anything. She can like just decide what she wants in the ether, in the universe, and it just like within a matter of weeks.
Or even like that day, same day sometimes. It just depends, I love everything you said. Wow. Like, and you totally got it. You're becoming a complete master yourself. The feeling of it, right? How do I want to feel? Very feminine energy. Not what conditions do I need in place in order to feel loved or abundant. It's like, no, how do I want to feel? And that's what you need to do. Focus on how you want to feel. Now you're radiating that energy out. You're no longer radiating wanting and lacking and wishing and hoping, right? You're radiating out the feeling of it already have happened. Did I say that right? I would say, think about it like it's something you ate for lunch yesterday, right? Think about it like it's just no big deal, and it releases all the resistance you have around it. Because the worst feeling ever is wanting something and then doubting it, or wanting something and then arguing for all your limitations of why you can't happen. I always give this analogy of like a train. If you imagine a train with kind of a different kind of train, there's engines on both ends. So the engine of desire over here, I want a great relationship, or I want lots of money, or a great place to live, or an amazing vacation. You're piling all these engines of desire on this end. And what happens is we want it, and then often we doubt it, or we don't believe it's possible. We don't believe we can have it for whatever reason. And so there's engines of doubt on this end. And what happens is we become this like tense person, to where if you can release the resistance and the doubt on this end, that train will just go. And it's amazing how quickly you can attract really what it is you're wanting, specifically what it is you're wanting.
Totally. Oh my gosh. And I'm just thinking, like, I'm going through this personal experience right now with my roommate and this situation with my housing, where ultimately I'm like releasing control and I'm leaving a living situation and kind of, I'm not even saying I'm losing money, but I'm paying money. I'm not utilizing it. I'm not living in that space. And it's really interesting. It's kind of a lot of money that I feel like it's just being, not used, but it's just so powerful implementing these techniques, because it's like what I'm training my body to do in real time in this moment is not focus on that being a loss. Like, I don't feel like it's a loss at all. I'm just like, it's fine. It's whatever. It's literally not a big deal at all. Helena always says there's plenty more where that came from. Like, there really is so much of what we want available to us. And it's just where I think the easiest way to master the law of attraction, or what has helped me, is just that energy of, it's not a big deal. Like, it's literally, it's all good. If you need to manifest money, like, it's not hard. And just making it not hard, taking the charge off of it. Like, that's something I really have learned from you too. And just letting it be like you ate it for lunch. I love that. It's just like part of your life. And I think the moment that we take it off of that high level, I don't know, and we just make it normal, that's when it can really come to us. Does that make sense?
Yeah, as soon as something is no big deal, it comes right in. That's why this is easy to do with things like, if I were to say, Anya, after we're done recording this, I want to go to this place for dinner. It would be so, it's like, yeah, the done deal, because that's easy. We know that that's possible, right? Like, we know it's not a big deal, but like, I want to attract $300,000 by the end of the week. Okay, there's a lot of resistance there. There's a lot of old beliefs that you'd have to work through. That's why getting too specific too soon, you're working way against yourself. You have to click into the momentum of it first. Start with a belief that you have zero resistance around. And we can do that. I'd love to take you through an exercise like that, maybe towards the end. Yeah. Everyone can do it. That'd be really fun. Actually, I would love to just come up with something on the spot. I love what you said though. Satisfied with where you are and eager for what's coming. Like when you talk about manifesting vacations that we love to do, and just fun experiences and amazing friendships and collaborations. It's this now what feeling is the very, very best feeling. And even in situations that like living situations like you described, looking for the best, most positive aspects of your situation now is what attracts those in the future. On the other hand, if you're focused on the things you don't like about your current circumstances, right? If you're focused on, oh, I had this terrible date, or there are no good men out there, or the last 3 guys I attracted just disappeared and flaked on me, or they were all jerks. If you're saying, like I said, if you're talking about what's happening right now and regurgitating it and mulling it over, thinking about it constantly, you're literally just recreating the same experiences over and over. That's why taking out the emotional charge, like Anya was saying, is so crucially important, and looking for those positive aspects. So it is really getting it out ahead of it and just deciding what it is you want. And you only have to do it once. You don't have to keep repeating these affirmations and mantras over and over, because the work is already done. If that's the one thing I could tell everyone watching right now, it's already done. You don't need to make it happen. Like Anya said, there are limitless opportunities and everything you want available. It's just, what are you allowing in? How much are you allowing in? And I think you're either letting the stuff in or not. You're like letting yourself go with the flow of this abundance and love, or you're pinching yourself off from it. Like, it is or it isn't. And there's no, that is very black and white. What I always say, nothing I say is black and white, but that actually is black and white. Every time, no exceptions, you are letting it in or you're not. And that can change moment to moment. It's all about where you're focusing. It's all about where you're putting your attention and energy, right?
I love that so much. And I wanted to say this too in this interview, like, I've been on a spiritual path for, like a more classically spiritual path for the last 10 plus years. I studied yoga, I taught yoga for many years, and I've meditated for many years. And so like my spiritual life is connected to kind of those practices. But what's been really beautiful about getting to know Helena on a more personal level is she's taught me so much about spirituality in a non-classical sense. Like, you don't do necessarily a morning meditation every single day.
I'm just a regular person. Yeah. Like I said, you're like cracking up over there. I love it. If I can do this, anybody can. I don't have anything that everyone in the world doesn't have access to. I'm not any more intuitive than the average person. I'm probably a lot less intuitive than a lot of people I hang around, because you guys are all so incredible and have access to this deep spiritual wisdom. I don't have that. I'm just a regular girl, and I've sort of figured out the way to do this in a way. So basically, I'm trying to say, if I can do it, anybody can. And it's just, where are you focusing? How much of the time are you feeling good and just expecting good things to happen to you, versus how much of the time you're doubting, thinking about things that don't feel good? I always say the emotional reality that you're living right now is your life. That's all that matters when it comes to the process of manifestation and attraction, right? So every moment is really an opportunity to feel good or not. So don't make where you are too big of a deal. Where you are is irrelevant. It's already been manifested. It's old news. It has nothing to do with where you can be a week from now or 6 months from now. So yeah, every moment is just an opportunity to feel good or not. Like, start there. Start way, way back there. Then we can build some momentum and click into this. Then you can get more and more specific, right?
Oh my gosh. Everybody rewind that. That's gold. It's gold. Truly. I mean, it seems so simple, and it is so simple. And that's why it's powerful. It's, I'm all for healing work. I do personal healing work. I work a lot with energy, and that's what I do with clients as well. But there's this mix of, if you feel personally called to do that deeper inner dive into the depths of your emotions and your past, and that's been part of my path, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's been super empowering to heal through those modalities. And there's sometimes a missing piece I see in this spiritual world and in this world of healing, and even coaching and all of this. Like, if you are oriented toward improving yourself and whatever that means, if you're oriented toward, okay, making positive changes in your life, that's the best way to say it. I think we can sometimes bypass the most crucial and simple step, which is just simply making a choice of how you feel and what you're choosing to anchor into your life. And that's what I mean when I say Helena's taught me so much. You've taught me so much, Helena, about spirituality and true power in ways I didn't even know were possible, because it's in your presence that you are constantly choosing what you want to feel. And it's like you're maintaining it. I feel you energetically just like maintaining it. And it's this really cool, it's just a choice. And I think that's something that people miss a lot of times. They get in that trap of victim energy, or like spiraling down an emotional track. I definitely do that sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with it. We are always getting better at coming back into, okay, what do I want to feel right now? But I think like what I want to just focus in on with this specifically is healing is a choice. How we want to feel is a choice. What we want in our experience of life is a choice. And Helena is committed to what she wants, and her life is reflecting that. And so I just wanted to say that it's so simple and powerful. So do you have anything to say?
I think that's great. A million things popped into my mind as soon as you said, yeah, it's not just about feeling good in the absence of what you want. It feels like results. And I don't want anyone to ever think that this isn't about fast results. I mean, without getting too personal, like watching your money transformation within literally 2 weeks of knowing you, seeing you go from where you were to where you are now was like amazing. And to me, that's a very spiritual thing, but I'm also like an evidence girl. I like seeing the numbers I like seeing the numbers in the bank. I like seeing the actual physical evidence of what I've attracted. But if I'm waiting for those things to show up before I allow myself to feel good, I'm going to be waiting forever, right? So I always say, think about how you want to feel, not the conditions that you think you need in place in order to feel that way. Because I see this a lot. And of course, I still slip into this like anybody. I think as humans, we are kind of conditioned to think we have to go out and get something. I don't know if it's advertising, if it's, I don't know what it is. This the way we grow up, kind of placing our value on getting over there, like not being satisfied with where we are. So, you know, buy this product but to put on your face to look 10 years younger, or join this gym, or whatever it is. It's always this like something outside of myself that I need to do, and then I'll attract what I want, and then I'll feel good. Where it's just the opposite. You have to feel good now, and then the resistance releases a little bit, right? And then the momentum gathers. There's a little crack in your resistance, and then what you want comes through. If that makes sense. Did I explain that right?
Totally. I love it so much. So I just want to, since we're coming down on our time, I just want to kind of open it up. And if, like, what do you feel is the biggest thing people are missing right now in anything to do with, like, from attracting love and relationship to attracting money and abundance to just attracting like the lifestyle of their dreams? What do you think people, like, I don't know if that makes sense, but what's the biggest thing that people are just a little bit off on, like that you can kind of correct?
Yeah, great question. I have, again, so many things to say on this. Maybe we can do some more videos like this, because this is like, I'm talking about stuff I've never talked about. I'm like all heated and like a little anxious, because I'm like, it's just so personal to me, and you see me doing it all the time. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Anya is like an amazing interviewer. She pulls things out of me that I'm like, what did I just say right now? It's so fun. Thinking that what you've experienced is all there is, right? Because we can, as humans, we can do this, right? We just think, okay, well, this is all there is. This is all there is out there in terms of men or opportunities or money or places to live or any experiences, whatever it is you're looking to attract. We think what we've lived is all there is. And so we just keep ourselves in this little box forever. And for everyone watching, you can see where you've done this. Like, basically, the life you live is created by the story you're telling. So what story are you telling yourself? Are you telling yourself the story of like there's no good men out there, all the good men are taken, making money is hard, making money takes a lot of work? It doesn't. I can tell you right now, it really doesn't. Making money requires a lot of sacrifice, a lot of time. I don't have that kind of time. What story are you telling yourself? And what story would you like to be telling yourself, right? And you have to go more general, usually, to start. Like, if you've been single for, 5+ years, saying my soulmate is right around the corner, he's on his way to me, you might not believe that. So you need to slow it down and back it up, and just something. What's something you can go more general? I have lots of love in my life right now. I've experienced love in the past. My best friend is in love, and I see what's possible, right? Here's evidence of a great relationship. And kind of like slow it down. I always think of like a carousel on a playground. You've got, if it's spinning really fast and you were to try and jump on it, you'd get flung right off into the bushes, right? So you have to slow it down by going more general, jump on, and then you can speed it up and build momentum. But don't start by saying, I'm a millionaire, if you're not a millionaire, because you're gonna get this voice in your head that goes, no, you're not. And then that's the energy you're emitting. So just say, look for the abundance around you right now and click into the feeling of it. And now the story you're telling can start to shift. And if you're wondering what story you're telling, just look around your life, because your life is a reflection of the story you're telling. And that's a great thing. Even if your life isn't exactly how you want it, it's a great thing, because you can always shift. You can always shift the story you're telling, and the universe or life or whatever you believe is operating here will always give you continuous evidence of the new story you're telling, and you can always shift it. And I feel like I'm talking a lot. Can I say one more thing before we close out? Yes. Okay.
I have a little bit more time because we started a little bit after 6.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. You're never going to be done with this. You're never going to be at a place where you say, I'm done. Like, never, ever, ever. And so don't beat up on yourself for where you are, right? You have to make peace with where you are in order to get someplace else. If you're not satisfied with where you are, you can't get to the next step. Law of attraction won't allow it, right? You can't go from super depressed to super joyful and blissful. You can't. It's two very different vibrational wavelengths. Just like you can't feel urgent about something and have good timing. Just complete opposites, right? So you have to slowly kind of shift it. and use these principles to work for you, right? Not against you. So yeah, what story would you like to tell? What story are you telling now? And where can you start to shift things in the right direction to where you actually believe the things you're thinking and feeling and telling yourself?
Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh, so good. I just got inspired to have everybody just take a deep breath in right now and just see if you can allow yourself to feel a little bit more acceptance of where you're at. Like wherever you're at right now, whatever you perceive yourself to have and not to have, can you just feel at peace with where you are? Because that's literally taking one step in a positive direction toward that law of attraction power. Like just taking a moment to breathe and be okay with where you're at gets you out of the resistance and into a state of receptivity. Right, Helena?
Amazing. I could not have said that better. Yeah, you have to make peace with where you are. So what can you say to yourself that you're not going to contradict with your own thought patterns, right? Can you just say, it's all right. It's okay where I'm at. Things are always working out for me. I've been in a bad feeling situation before and I've gotten out of it. Like, what's the most general thing you can say to make peace with where you are? And then it's like, oh, I just feel it in my body when you said that, like all this resistance just kind of melting away, right? And then, like I said, feel free to get more specific and the evidence will fill in. If you think a thought this is something I always say, I don't know if I've said it on a video like this, but if you think a thought for 17 seconds, another thought like that joins it, right? And then another thought, and it's exponential. This is momentum, right? So if you do that 4 or 5 times and you hold this thought for like 68 seconds, you hold the emotion of 68 seconds, evidence has to fill in, right? If you just, when you wake up in the morning, feel the feeling of love just like washing over you, or like a blanket, like the universe wrapping itself around you in like a warm blanket or something. I'm just making stuff up here, but you're like cracking up over there. I love it. Yeah, hold that thought, hold that feeling for 68 seconds, go throughout your day. I promise you, details that match that vibration have to fill in every time, no exceptions. It's the law of the universe, like gravity, in my opinion. So how do you want to feel? Feel that. It's easier if you're starting at the beginning of the day. Then forget about it and know that it's done, and then go about your day and let the universe or God or whatever you believe is operating here prove to you how worthy and powerful you really are, just by your sheer wanting of it. There are no big prices to pay. You're automatically worthy. It's automatically done. Are you allowing it in, or are you not? And I guess that would sort of be what I want to leave everyone with. There's so much more to talk about, but that's kind of like the overview of some of the things I like to do with my clients.
Oh, so powerful. And I just have to say, like, I just have to connect it because it's so strong. It's like so strong. So essentially just bridging it to the spirituality side of things and even the metaphysical side of things. Like, what is so cool about the law of attraction is it's actually working with divine masculine and divine feminine energy. And there's this it's called the threefold soul prism. I originally learned it from my favorite teacher, Shannon Port, but it's really talking about how the mind is it's the center of our masculine power. It's the thoughts. And then those thoughts are penetrating themselves into the heart and the subconscious, which is the feminine, which does all the work. That's the feeling force, which is ultimately creating the momentum. And then when those two get aligned and anchored and merged and working together, then you're birthing. And that's what literally you're saying as evidence. Evidence is the result of this divine masculine power and the divine feminine power coming together. So like whatever you're birthing, whatever your life circumstances are, this is just coming to me right in this moment, that whatever your life circumstances are it's literally a mirror to the empowerment of your inner divine masculine presence and the power of your inner divine feminine presence. And the thoughts that you're telling yourself, is it an empowering relationship? Or is it an abusive relationship? Because whatever thoughts you're having and feeding and penetrating into your heart center, that's like a relationship outside of you. And so if you're here wanting to attract relationship and love, like mastering the law of attraction to me is like, you'll naturally attract that as a byproduct of getting this situation figured out. That just all came as like a connection point. So I just want to, I know you have something to say.
Wow. No, that's amazing. See what I mean? Anya has this like deep spiritual wisdom that I'm just like sitting here hanging on your every word, just listening like, wow, where did that come from? That is amazing. I love how you're totally cracking up over there. So yeah, it's like, it's a very, everyone just think about something they want. Think about that money in the bank or the man they want or your man if he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. And just lean forward, even just physically and mentally, lean forward and try and make something happen. Try and get him to do what you want, or try to go out and force opportunities to happen where they're not fitting, right? Where they're not, the universe hasn't aligned it yet. It's a very kind of masculine energy thing. And it's like, I have to go out and do this in order to make this happen. Now lean back, everyone just like lean back, know that it's done, trust that it's coming, and let the universe pick the timing and the way, but know for sure it's coming. Very feminine energy quality. All of this relates to feminine energy. It's just a little different spin on it. And I love it. You said the masculine and feminine working within yourself. Wow. Like that is really powerful. I can't wait to actually watch that part back over again and listen to what you said. So good, right? They have to be in concert, working together, not fighting against each other. These little pieces of yourself totally in conflict at all times. To me, that equals resistance. And if you have resistance, you'll get there eventually. I think you'll get what you want eventually, but you're going to slow yourself way, 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 way down. So it's about releasing the resistance. And it's not about time. It's about alignment. How quickly can you do this? It's about vibration. It's not a thing that needs to take 6 months or a year or longer. You can change your mood and your thought pattern in an instant. Everybody has complete control over the directions of their thoughts, especially if you catch it early. If it gets past that 68-second mark, that's it. Sometimes you lose control of it because of momentum, right? It's like you've created this monster in your mind and you have to like take a nap or meditate or do something to get your point of attraction back to zero. So if you can catch it early and choose those better feeling thoughts, just the best feeling thought you have access to in that moment, now things can start to, the momentum can start to build in the right direction, if that makes sense.
Oh my God, it makes complete sense. And it's everything. It's like the core of everything. And it's so perfect. So like the synthesis is really, it's choice. It's how do you want to feel? Choose that over and over and over again. And if you need, just continue to anchor in what you want. Find alignment. And to me, alignment is what feels good. If it doesn't feel good, it's not in alignment. So if being financially free to you feels good, that's in alignment for you. So stop spending your time somewhere that's not in alignment with you, like thinking about how that's not possible. Like focus on what feels good, which is the possibility of that coming to you instantaneously or like very quickly, because it's literally possible. I've experienced it. So we'll close out, but Helena, before we do so, I feel like I get coached by you all the time. I feel very, 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 very blessed that I get all this support from you personally. And I mean, my life has completely transformed just being in connection with you. Completely transformed, like within weeks, as you were saying. So I highly recommend people reach out to Helena if they haven't already done so or not following her work. Like I would say there's a lot of people out there and everybody's amazing. And Helena is just so consistent with the love and the effort and the generosity, like one of the most generous people I've ever met in my life. And so just being in that energy, you're already going to be filled up with all of this amazing love and femininity. So how can people find you and what are you creating and offering for everybody here?
Oh my gosh, first of all, wow, thank you. And I obviously get so much from you. And it's kind of funny having this like super spiritual and the actual, like, it's just so fun. The combination of our energies is so fun. I love everything we're creating in the world. And we've only known each other like a year or something. So that's kind of magical. I'm so thrilled to have done this. I hope everyone got a lot out of that. Any questions you guys have, let me know. You can find me on YouTube, just Helena Hart, search for it. That's where I'm spending a lot of my time these days. If you want a free gift, I'm offering my free reports and audio training on my website. It's called 3 Keys to Attract the Man You Want. And I think just for people watching this specific video, I'd love to offer something that's very similar, if that's okay. It's a preview of Module 1 from my Feminine Art of Attraction program. basically it's a PDF and an audio, and it's about tapping into your feminine energy to attract everything you want in life. You know, the man you want, the money you want, like I said, opportunities, things you didn't even know you wanted. It's like it's amazing when you get into this. The universe, I was talking to a client about this yesterday. So it's fresh in my, the universe goes, oh yeah, that thing you wanted in 3rd grade, here it is. And you forgot that thing you wanted 10 years ago and you forgot you wanted it, here it is. Once you click into this like energy stream, this energy that creates everything that every single one of you has access to, everything you want that you've incrementally decided that you wanted over the course of your life can incrementally flow into your life experience. And the only price you have to pay is feeling good. Like that is it. And it's the feminine energy way to go. So I'll include that. It's a preview from my Feminine Art of Attraction program. It's called the Conscious Creation Tool, right? Consciously creating what you want rather than just creating by default by looking around and just creating more of what's already been manifested.
Yay, we're so lucky. Thank you. That's so special. I love that. I mean, there's just so much high quality information and content coming through in all of these. So I love you so much. And now we're going to go to dinner.
Thank you so much. This was so much fun. You know, I was a little nervous about this because like you said, this is so personal to me. It's not something I've talked very much about before. But Anya is the perfect person because she just pulls it out of me so just effortlessly. So yes, thank you all for watching. If you made it to the end of this, we love you. And yeah, we should do some more videos like this. It was really fun.
I love it. All right. See you guys next time. Thanks, Helena.